Hello, family. Like always, it's a pleasure to say hi and God bless you. And I need to apologize that I'm a day late. It seems like yesterday the devil was really trying to make himself be an interruption and stop me from doing this, what I feel is my job that God has placed in my heart to tell everyone, as many people as I can, about Him. So even though it's a day late, here I am. And today I want to talk to you about hope and backup. And the way I'm going to do it is that I'm going to tell you an experience of mine from the many that I have as a police officer. And on this particular day, I decided that I wanted to go have some breakfast. I get to the restaurant, getting ready to place my order, and I hear my number called, Sierra 223. I make a face. I'm thinking hopefully somebody else will get the call if I just don't answer. So I ignored it, and I placed my order. The waitress is telling me that my order's about to come out, and I hear Sierra 223. Here I am thinking, oh, come on, I'm so hungry. So I ignore it one more time. Finally, my food comes. I start taking a bite, and I hear Sierra 223. So I grab my radio, hit the button, I respond, Sierra 223, go ahead. Sierra 223. We have had a disturbance at Roosevelt High School. Can you please be en route? I respond, Sierra 223. 10-4, show me en route. I get to the location, mark myself out with dispatch, and I make my way inside. I'm heading towards the principal's office. I get inside, I notice that there is a young man, a pretty large young man. He's measured 6 foot 3 inches tall, 275 pounds, and he happens to be the star linebacker on the defense for Roosevelt High School football team. This kid is the size of a grown man, and he's packing the strength of one as well. But I noticed that he's under control. So I tell him I'll be right back, and I make my way inside to go speak with the principal. I approach the principal, and she tells me that all she wants is for this young man to leave the school. He's no longer allowed to be inside the school. And she goes on to tell me that he's already pushed her and the other staff members that have asked him to leave. But she doesn't want to press any charges, she just wants him to go. So I step outside and I make my way towards him, and right when I was going to start talking to him, I get up close to him. Didn't have the opportunity. He grabs me, pulls me towards him, and then shoves me with all his strength. He is so strong. He threw me across the hallway. I hit my back against the wall. Well, now the fight is on. I need to place him under arrest for assault on a peace officer. I rushed him, tried to grab him and subdue him as quickly as I could, but this young man was just as fast and just as strong. Wasn't able to get him. The fight is on. At first, it's a struggle for position. I try to grab him, he tries to grab me, and we're going back and forth. He couldn't get me, so then here comes the hits. He starts hitting me. In this, 2 minutes pass by. I still can't get him, and he's still fighting for position. We're fighting. 5 minutes pass by, and I'm starting to think I'm wearing out. I don't know how I'm going to do it. In my own head, I'm getting scared, but I know that I can't give up because now there's a crowd and people are watching, and this has become a liability. It's too dangerous because I have a gun. If I lose this fight, this young man is out of control. He could shoot me, he could shoot them. There's no telling what is going to happen. So I keep fighting. We keep fighting. We end up falling. He gets on top of me. Somehow I'm able to get him off of me. I get on top of him. I grab one arm. As I pull that arm, I'm trying to grab my handcuffs. I can't get him. So I struggle for the other arm. He yanks the other arm away from me, and we're back and forth, back and forth. At this point, he's concentrated on not getting handcuffed. But I'm losing strength. Finally, I grab his right arm, cinch it down, and I'm able to slap one handcuff on him. But he's so strong, he yanks that arm away from me, and now he has a weapon with those metal handcuffs. I try to subdue the other arm. I'm unable to, but in him thinking about that arm, I grab the hand with the handcuffs, I cinch it down, grab the handcuffs, and with what I felt was the last strength of my fight, I'm finally able to grab the other arm and slap him with the handcuffs. Now he's fully handcuffed, but it seemed like it was done on purpose, like it was perfectly timed. At that moment, I hear boom! A loud explosion. It seemed like a shotgun had just been fired behind me. I jump off of him. I look around as I pull my gun, and I realize that in our fight, we went from the hallway, went to the nurse's office. From the nurse's office, there was another room right there connected to it where the kids that are sick lay down on these beds, and that's where we ended up. So I start finding the door. I look outside, and I don't see anyone. I start creeping outside, and I notice this mountain of a man, 6 foot 9 inches tall, 465 pounds, and he's standing there staring at me, and I'm looking for his hands. I think there's a gun that's being shot off, and I notice he has his fist balled up. It just so happens that he's looking for his little brother. That happens to be the guy that was just arrested. Apparently his mother called, said, come take care of your brother, he's getting arrested. We end up switching positions because I'm trying to open up distance between us. He looks inside the office, and he notices that his brother's laying on the floor suffering because I had to shoot him with pepper spray across the eyes. And he's handcuffed, and he looks like he's starting to come towards me, and he has his hands balled up, and I'm sitting there with the gun pointed towards the floor trying to figure out what happened, and I notice he's about to attack me, so I point the gun at him and say, do what you have to do. You have to understand, it wasn't because I was trying to be a tough guy, but I couldn't breathe anymore. I had all of this equipment, and I'd used up all my energy. I felt like I had no more strength. And he must have believed me if he looked into my eyes, because he took a step back. After a stare down, he takes another step back and disappears into the doorway. I take advantage of that moment, keeping my gun pointed towards the door. Take my other hand, I hit my radio, and I say, Sierra 223, I have an officer assist, I need help. The person that I've just arrested has been taken from me and is being held by a barricaded person. Sierra 223, can you repeat your transmission? It didn't come through. Sierra 223, can you send me help? The person I arrested has been taken from me, and he's being barricaded in the nurse's office. Next thing I hear, after what seemed like a really, really long time, I start hearing officers, show me en route. Show me en route. My radio's going off, show me en route. Again, the radio goes silent. It feels like an eternity. Nobody is showing up. And then finally, here comes one. Then another. Then another, and another, and another. And before you know it, it is raining police. My backup has shown up to rescue me. It still took 6 officers and 4 handcuffs to arrest this man. He was so big that it took 4 handcuffs just to connect his hands behind his back. He was so big his own arms wouldn't reach behind him. difference between a person who knows God and a person who knows of God, or who doesn't know God at all. The person who knows God has the confidence of knowing that at the minute of chirping up his radio, backup is coming. Rescue is coming. That is hope at its finest. That is the confidence of knowing that you are not alone. And that God never leaves you. That God shows up on time, every time, as long as you can leave arrogance behind. And as long as you have the wisdom to be able to admit that you need help and to call out for that help. And God in His mercy will send legions of angels to come be your backup at a moment's notice. He is there and does not leave you. Even though we mess up daily. That's the hope of knowing, the hope and confidence of knowing God's mercy. So like always, my desire is that God will bless you and keep you and guide you. And that you can put hope in practice so you can receive your backup. Till next time, God bless you.